Hey everyone, it is Foul Play here, back for another Modern League. So I'm going to continue testing out the anti-ensnaring bridge deck, basically. So main deck 8 against ensnaring bridge with Oblivion Ring. So far I've been running a few leagues with it, and honestly I haven't liked it all that much. I'm going to see if it changes this league, otherwise I might need to rethink about even just doing that at all. So just going over the main deck real quick, we've got the standard 20 lands and 12 creatures. For our 4 of auras, we've got, of course, Ethereal Armor, Rancor, and Daybreak Coronet. We've got 4 Leyline over there in the main deck as well. 3 of auras, we have our Griffspoon, our Hyena Umbra, and our Spider Umbra. So nice 6 Totem Armor effects there. We've got, 11 instances of First Strike, and we've also got 6 instances of Vigilance because we've got this Sentinel's Eyes over here as a 2 of as well. Looking over to the sideboard real quick, so I'm running 4 Path and 4 Rest in Peace at the moment, and then 2 Seal of Primordium and 2 Force of Vigor with 3 Gadok Teague on the side. I was running Suppression Field in there, but I found that it was a bit of a blank in a lot of matchups, or like overboarding maybe. So I've just gone up on other card numbers instead. Of course, if I come up against certain combo decks, it's going to suck a lot not having it. But yeah, trying to shore up my matchups in the leagues as much as possible. So this is what we're going with today. So we'll get into the league and see you back shortly. Alright, and here we are with our round 1 opponent. We are up against Tom and a string of numbers. Well, obviously, we can't keep this hand. We lost the Dyra. Our opponent is starting first. Hand looks really good, though. I'm going to keep this. Probably look to bottom the Core Spirit down. So all our auras offer a very good clock on their own. We've got Leyline to protect our hand and protect us from Edict effects. So pretty happy with this. And protect us from burn creatures as well. Alright, and we hit our second mana source, so we do take a little bit of damage from our Horizon Canopy here, but also we've got Plains, and we get to empty our hand by turn 3. Alright, so opponent has conceded there. So they're a Red Prowess deck of some description. I'm not exactly sure which variant they are, whether or not it's mono red, whether or not they're splashing. I don't think I saw a Lurus there, no. There was no companion revealed, but they could be running the blue version as well. Against Prowess, I find Core Spirit Downs are pretty god-awful, so I'm going to be taking out at least 3 of those, if not 4 copies of those. It could be useful having Graveyard Hate as well against these decks, because they do have what do you call it? Lava Dart, which is really good, and also Bedlam Reveler. So something to consider. I'm not sure I'm going to do it here. I think I'm just going to remove 3 Core Spirit Dances, bring in 4 Path to Exiles, and also remove that 1 Oblivion Ring over there. So we'll submit this list and go with that. Hopefully we don't get Blood Mooned either. That would be a little bit sucky. I guess we can potentially fetch around a Blood Moon. Alright, look, hand's awesome. We're going to keep this. We deal 3 damage to ourselves, but after that we're in a really good spot. So, wow, no turn 1 creature. Have they got turn 2 Eidolon maybe? Well, turn 2 Eidolon would just beat us. I can't do anything about that. Maybe I should have played Windswept Heath and... Killing Fiend is fine. Okay, that's fine. Leyline's interesting. So if we leave back our Chump Blocker, they can't really do anything against us. So let's go Ethereal Armor plus Spider... No. Plus Hyena Umbra here. We could go Spider Umbra, but if our opponent attacks, we block, and then they cast a Wear Tear, we'd trade our Totem Armor for their creature, and that's not really where I want to be here. I think We have the green mana source in hand anyway to play the Spider Umbra out, and I think I'm basically about the mana efficiency here. Hopefully we can make a big creature, cast this Leyline, maybe draw Daybreak Coronet. Alright, so that's to light up the stage. 2 lightning bolts coming out of our face next turn. So we're definitely going to have to leave up this Scout as a chump blocker at the moment. Otherwise, Killing Fiend will just get us. So we're going to go Spider Umbra here now. So we've got an 8/8. Next turn we can cast Leyline as Sanctity. And then potentially we can stall out until we either make a big enough creature that we kill them or get Vigilance. I guess we could also find a Path to Exile, and that would clear the way for us to start attacking as well. So this damage they're missing on Killing Fiend, really good for us. Look, I think it's worth taking the 1 point of damage here now. Because he can only burn spell us once, right? If we play the Temple Garden in tapped, we save a point of damage, but then they can throw 3 burn spells at our face. So yeah, Lightning Bolt in response, sure. So we go down to 3. We can start cycling this Horizon Canopy to potentially draw into Daybreak or a Vigilance effect in Sentinel's Eyes as well. I think we've stabilized pretty nicely here. Crash through, yep. It's also very possible that they make a giant creature here, but even if they attack us, we deal first strike damage, so their trample doesn't do anything. Alright, our creature is almost big enough to kill. Any aura and we have enough damage because ethereal armor... Oh wait, we'll have... Oh, we'll be 1 damage short with any aura. Oh, that's a little bit scary. Alright, have they got it? Of course, we're going to block the Killing Fiend here. They need to be able to cast 2 burn spells. Which I think they can probably do. And then they just kill us off the Prowess triggers there. Man, this would be so good if we had Path. Their Killing Fiend's choosing death instead of us blocking it. It's relevant if there was life gain. Is that all they've got? Wow, okay. You kidding me? Alright, this is getting real interesting, guys. Very land heavy hand, and we drew yet another land. This is good though. They can't attack us anymore. Alright, that's good. Happy to see that. Rancor. Yes, alright. So now they're forced to block. We are presenting lethal with this attack. We needed to see Rancor, Ethereal Armor, or Daybreak Coronet. Or I guess Sentinel's Eyes as well then. Yeah. So now we need to just dodge Haste Creature. Alright, sweet, we get there. Awesome. A little unconventional, but we did it. Obviously, being Bogles, we have a lot of game against these burn decks, or these Prowess decks. Main deck Leyline stealing game 1 for us as well, which is very nice. Alright, let's get into this round 2 match here now. Alright, we won the die roll. We are up against Key to Life. And we don't have any green mana in this hand, so unfortunately we're going to have to ship it. You know what? This one seems pretty decent. I'm going to bottom Forest and keep. We'll lead on Windswept Teeth. Same to Yui. I don't know if wherever you're watching there's an insurance company called Yui, but you're all probably looking at me and thinking I'm very weird with that comment. Alright, so Swamp. Yeah, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. So we can... I assume they're gonna take a Core Spirit now, so we can probably just leave this fetch land uncracked. And then we could look to set up for a turn 3 Core Spirit Dancer and at least get the draw. Oh, they took Daybreak Coronet. That's interesting. Alright, so in case this is 8 rack, I think we're probably best off getting Dried Arbor here and casting Core Spirit Dancer. If it's 8 rack and their line next turn is Smallpox, then we can sack the Dried Arbor as the creature, the Razorverge Thicket as the land, and if we draw any land, we're back online, doing our thing. If they have double Fatal Push or Fatal Push Lightning Bolt, we're obviously in a lot of trouble by this line. But I think it's probably worth the risk. I think the likelihood of them having another discarded spell as well is probably quite high. Alright, so Mountain. There's the Lightning Bolt. Alright. They're going to give me the mana for Fatal Push. Oh man, there comes the Thoughtseize. That's backbreaking. Well, I was right about the second discard spell. Unfortunately, they had the Lightning Bolt as well. Draw our third Core Spirit Dancer and still go off. They've got 3 cards left in hand. They're kind of running out of gas. Let's be real here. And we are we are flooding out, believe it or not. Alright, get in there, Noble Dryad. Your country needs you. Let's see what they do this turn. Is it a Lightning Skelemental deck? Is that what's going on? Oh, they've got white as well. So we're versing Mardu. That's not very good news because it means Oath of Kaya, which is really bad for us. Alright, Cling to Dust on Daybreak Coronet. They draw a card. That is fine. Keep pecking away for 2 points of damage at a time. Is this a Shadow deck? Cling to Dust is normally in Shadow decks, right? Alright, so they've fogged the damage. I guess they were trying to get an extra aura potentially there. Joke's on them. We're completely flooded out, so they're not getting that value. Yes, we wait to see what their next play is. We can still potentially draw Scout into some stuff, and then win from there. Or another Core Spirit Dancer, have it dodge removal, and then just go off. Alright, they've got rid of our Griff Spoon now. That's a little bit frustrating. Alright, land and pass. Yeah, draw into creatures. Dark Confidant. That could kill them. If that kills them before it kills us, I'm going to be pretty happy. I guess I can use Cling to Dust to gain life. We're also going to get a look at what they're doing with their deck, which might be helpful. That's a good step one. I'm happy with that. Alright, Inquisition of Kozilek. So they got a dead card in hand. Let's go. 1 point of damage does nothing, opponent. You can cast it on yourself to fuel your graveyard. I'm sure they're discarding Iok here and a Swamp. Alright, sure. They're playing the Tome. Okay. Sure. So now they've got a semi-decent clock. But yeah, we can draw Hexproof Creature, Aura, and then cast Daybreak, and we pretty much win from there, so... if we get 2 good draw steps, we can do it. Alright, that's nothing that we want to see at all. Just a random Aura would be way better, because we can't cast Daybreak without a random Aura. Double Daybreak does not help. Imagine that if I could cast a Hexproof Creature and then cast both Daybreaks at the same time. Oh, far out. They've got Kaya as well. That's scary. Alright, that's not bad. I think at this point we might need Core Spirit Dancer, and we might need to chain Core Spirit Dancer into more 1-mana auras. If we just draw a random Bogle, they'll exile our 1 CMC mana aura with Kaya. Although, wait, no. If we get Bogle, we're 1 mana off of casting Spider Umbra on both Daybreaks. Damn, that's upsetting. So yeah, Core Spirit Dancer's the out. We're not dead. We're 1 point off dead. So we won't give them the Spider Umbra for free here. We're going to hold this till next turn. We take 5 damage, go to 1. And then we can rebuild. Look at these lands. This is disgusting. That's not cricket. Alright. If we can get game 1 here, it's really going to help us in games 2 or 3. Because Oath of Kaya, I'm sure, is in their sideboard. And is really good against us. And I don't have Cartouche of Solidarity in this list. So that makes matters a little worse. But let's go. Let's roll those dice, guys. Here, if they exile the Spider Umbra with Kaya... our Daybreak Coronets will hold each other onto the creature, so that's also really good. So we're now winning the race because we have lifelink. I guess we're just dodging Oath of Kaya. What's he got here? Oh my god. Of course it's main deck. Alright, so that one is in the bin. Alright, cool. Excellent. So creatures we saw were Dark Confidant and Seasoned Pyromancer. We also saw a Tome, and we also saw Kaya and Oath of Kaya. I'm not sure we want any Path to Exiles or something, but we might want Rest in Peace, or we might want to keep Oblivion Rings so we can deal with Kaya. I guess that's possibly better, but Rest in Peace also does a lot of work because it stops their Cling to Dust and it stops their Kaya from making them gain life. I guess I'm more concerned about the Kaya interrupting with the board, so... Other thing to consider is they might have Lurus, and they might have like a Seal of Fire or something. I think I'm happy running the list back as it is, but there's definitely, depending on their deck configuration, it might be bad. So good hand would have Leyline in it. Alright, we're going to keep this one. Seems good to me. We're Aura Light, but we've got double creature, which is really good, and we've got a draw engine in Core Spirit Dancer, which is also really good. We probably can't go in on Core Spirit Dancer because they do have Path to Exile, which we saw. So opponent also kept a 7-card hand. And I'm going to lead on the Scout here. Ship it to our opponent. Watch them do nothing turn 1. Whew. That's tempting. Or I could leave one of these in hand in case I draw a land next turn, and then I can start getting value off Core Spirit Dancer. Alright. Let's play the Slippery Bogle. We'll play the Grispin on the other one. We're going to have to play the Slippery Bogle on turn 3 anyway, so we might as well play it here on turn 2. It doesn't make a difference. The only difference it makes is if we draw land, our next turn is going to get us a card draw off of Core Spirit Dance. Alright, there's that Dark Confidant. Alright, we'll make one giant creature. Coming right up. Shump block this. Oh yeah. Tough guy noises. Alright. Getting on in there, Scout. So put them to 4. They get a Bob trigger. Oh, Kai's Guile. They lose 3 life. This card doesn't look so good anymore, does it, opponent? Oh no, their creature token has flying. That's lame. How's it get 4 modes? So dumb. Alright. I don't really think there's an advantage to them doing that instant speed. Man, this really sucks that we're not hitting our 3rd land drop. It makes Core Spirit Dancer so awkward. So if they have another Kaya's Guile in hand, we want to cast Core Spirit Dancer and hope they don't rip land. If they have literally anything else... we don't want to cast Core Spirit Dancer. Keep in mind we can cast Sentinel's Eyes from our graveyard and put it on Core Spirit Dancer. If I knew I had land on top, I would just hold Core Spirit Dancer. But I don't know that. Alright, this could be wrong, but I'm going to deploy it. The way they played that last Kaya's Guile makes me think they have a second one. And I need to risk them not drawing land, basically, in my opinion. Because if they do land, Fatal Push plus Kaya's Guile, we just lose. But alright, Seasoned Pyromancer is really, really good. I'm very surprised. Okay. Do we get to draw? And then cast an aura, potentially? Wow. Okay, well, that's not an aura, but I'll take it. So we'll attack for 4. Play our second core Spirit Dancer. Maybe their hand is just full of discard, and I'm worrying for nothing. Alright. Show me what you have got, opponent. Anger of the Gods will kill both our core Spirit Dancers, but our Scout will live from Totem Armor. They're going to be taking Dark Confident damage here with another Thoughtseize. Alright, that's another dead card in their hand. Lightning Helix, alright. So to Cling to Dust, okay. And a Tome, okay. What are they doing with the Scry here? Putting it on top. That's not the best news I've ever seen. Alright, let's roll those die. Come on, Aura, thank you. If I put this on Scout, I attack for 5, I put my opponent to 4. I don't think they have any 4 CMC spells in their deck. I think I'm better off putting it on Core Spirit Dancer. I don't think they have the Path to Exile. We already have a big enough Bogle or Scout. Right. This will force them to start blocking with their other creatures, although maybe they'll want to block with Dark Confidence, so we don't attack. Alright. Let's not attack with Core Spirit Dancer. So we're just protecting it against Fatal Push, Lightning Helix, Lightning Bolt. But it's strictly worse against Path to Exile. Alright, they flip Sacred Foundry off of their Dark Confident there, which isn't good. I guess if they have Fatal Push plus Kaya's Guile, now they can't get us with it. Double Kaya's Guile, we lose. What are they doing? 5 mana? I am scared. Oh, Cling to Dust. Okay, cool. It's just 4 mana. Black Cleave Cliffs must have come into play untapped. Oh, he played Sacred Foundry. He must have played Sacred Foundry tapped. Alright. So they draw a card. They top with their Tome. Alright. You're gonna have to do something other than gain 3 life. That's a good one. Alright, let's go. Can we get at least a game here against Mardu? Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. Alright. We did it, guys. So we definitely want to... I guess it doesn't matter. We don't have to show Rancor. Alright, opponents conceded at that. Awesome. Alright, so... Oblivion Ring wouldn't have done anything relevant that game, but I still think it's decent. I didn't see anything other than Cling to Dust, which would make me want Rest in Peace, and I don't think that's enough of a reason. I think we run the same list back again. Alright, so wanting a Leyline hand with probably 2 Bogles, again, if possible. or a keepable leyline hand with 2 Bogles. You know what? This is good enough. We'll keep this. They're keeping a 7, so we'll keep this. They can get 1 Bogle at the start, and then we can play Rancor and... Really? Swamp, no discard. Ugh. We must have scared him with Leyline last game, guys. Let's go. Turn 2, nothing either. Oh, wow. Alright. I'm down with all this. Let's go. Let's attack for 3 here. Play our second creature. Now, I guess if we're playing around Plague Engineer, we should play the Scout here as well. Instead of the Bogle, because Plague Engineer would be a big blowout at this point. If they do Bontus, it's a bit annoying, but at least they're tapped out. If we draw land, we can do Core Spirit Dancer plus draw a card off Umbra. Are they just setting up a Bontus? Okay. Well, this Kaya's going to die. Is a very awkward turn. So committing Core Spirit Dancer to the board would be really bad if they have a Damnation or a Bontus or something like that, or Anger of the Gods. I think I want to play around all those things. So I'm going to put a Spider Umbra on the Bogle. I'm going to play... Actually, Spider Umbra should be going on Scout there because I have Bogle in hand. And I want to play around Plague Engineer after everything else as well. So yeah, I'm going to play this a bit slower, a bit more patiently. Rather than just jamming here. It doesn't feel right. So another Kaya, sure. So get Spider Umbra, sure. Alright, let's attack. We'll attack the 2 hexproof at Kaya and the Dryad Arbor at them in case Fatal Push. Want the Kaya off the table. Now we can play Forest and pass turn. Or we can play Bogle. I think Bogle can stay in hand at this point. That'd be overcommitting to the board. Here we see what our opponent does, and then we can potentially get some draw value off of Core Spirit Dancer next turn. Or we can cycle Horizon Canopy. Alright, Lingering Souls. I think given they did that, we want to cycle Canopy, but if we cycle Canopy, we can't cast any white auras anyway. Alright, let's not do anything with our Horizon Canopy yet. Alright, that is a good draw. Let's go in on our Scout. We draw another Core Spirit Dancer. That's pretty nice. Not sure I want to trade Spider Umbra here for my opponent's Souls creature. So I think we just pass here and do nothing. And then they do another Souls next turn. But hopefully by then we draw more auras and we're in a better spot. Lightning Helix on the Core Spirit Dancer. So we got another one in hand. We're not too upset about that. And Flashback Lingering Souls. Sure. Alright, so we'll fetch out a basic planes here. We'll use our forest to cycle Horizon Canopy. If we draw an aura, we can cast Core Spirit Dancer plus the aura. Alright, that's really awkward. Alright, let's pass turn. Although, do I want to put another creature on the board? I don't think so. Man, we're really stalled out here. They just bought out all their removal. They haven't cast a single removal spell this game. Season Pyromancer. What are they discarding? Inquisition of Kozilek and Phoenix of the Ash. So Phoenix of the Ash, 3 mana, Flying Haste. 3 mana to give it +2 power until end of turn. And you can escape it from your graveyard for 4 mana. It escapes with a 1/1 counter on it. Okay. You kidding me, deck? Give me fucking something. All I've drawn is land and creatures and like the one of Spider... No, Spider... Yeah, this one of Spider Umbra that's on the board. I've drawn land and creatures this whole game. The good news is our opponent's not really that close to doing anything. And they've committed enough to the board that they probably won't want to do a board wipe. Sure. Goodbye, Dryad Arbor. Alright, so that's the one Kaya's Guile down. And they're still not attacking. Very interesting. I would have thought they would have attacked with Season Pyromancer there. Doesn't make much sense to me that they didn't. You can't make this stuff up. Alright, well, if they're not going to attack with Season Pyromancer, I'm not going to O-ring it. I'd rather save it for a potential Kaya. They just... Wait, they don't have a Cling to Tusk in the grave. Oh, returning Ash of Phoenix. Phoenix of Ash, sure. Sure. So we take 3 damage from Phoenix of Ash. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. Well, if and when we do actually draw... if and when we do actually draw an aura here, we're going to be able to cast a lot of auras in one turn. Let's just cast this O-ring on the Phoenix. This is an enchantment, not an aura, so there's no point having Core Spirit Dancer on the board. We won't get a draw from it. So get rid of that Phoenix. Now they have no flying creatures to attack with. This seems decent enough rather than taking 3 damage a turn. Another Season Pyromancer, that's fine. We'll see those last 2 cards they were holding on to now. A Path to Exile and another Season's Pyromancer. Yes, sweet. Path out of their hand. Of course, Spirit Dancer is looming. Are they attacking with these flying tokens at least? Like, why are they beating me down for 4 a turn? I feel like my opponent's misplaying a lot here. Alright. Play out this other Bogle. We got 2 of each on board now, so... I mean, Plague Engineer would suck, but it would suck anyway. It's not like we have removal for it. Sure. So now they can escape their Cling to Dust as well. Wow, they're casting Dark Confidant. I guess that's fine. They are on 18 health. I'd expect them to be a bit lower at this stage of the game, but that's just not the way this particular match has played out, has it? Oh, come on, man. Come on. This is... How is this happening? This is ridiculous. I still like, I know I've got a reach creature, but I'm still not sure why they haven't been attacking with these spirit tokens. I guess it's diminishing returns. They deal 3, 2, 1 damage, so they get 6 damage through, would be on 14. They could also attack with these elemental tokens, and I'm not going to chump block. I'm not going to chump block these Seasoned Pyromancers. I'm not really sure why they're playing so defensively. It still doesn't make any sense to me. So second Dark Confidant. I'm pretty sure they're going to play it, but... Alright. Anguish Unmaking. That's a really sweet card. Surprised it doesn't see more play. Just really powerful effect. Exile a non-land permanent. You lose 3 life. Like... Vindicate, but with a slight downside that almost isn't a downside. Like, just with the power level of the card, that is. Maybe black-white's just not the most common colour in Modern, or else it might get more play. Alright, so we're taking some Phoenix damage here. We could trade. If we draw Daybreak Coroner, it's way, way worse. So, we'll just take it. Pay dirt. Let's go. Alright, show me some draw triggers, Core. Show me some draw triggers. That's depressing. Alright, that's not too bad. So now we're just going to stall the game out. We get double draw for any aura we cast now, so we can really get a massive draw clock happening here. Thoughtseize is going to do nothing. We've got Leyline out. Alright, I think we're in a good spot now. If we draw a single aura, I'm going to feel very good about this game. Of course, they can kill one or both our core Spirit Dancers, but they didn't have it last turn. They didn't get it off the Dark Confidence. They basically had one draw to hit. Alright, second Dark Confidant. Oh no. Do we have any hexproof creatures left in the deck? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 1 hexproof creature left in the deck. Okay. Okay. We'll leave this Core Spirit Dancer in hand. We'll leave the second Scout in hand. Or the third Scout in hand. And just pass back to our opponent. Yep. Actually, maybe I'll play the other Scout from hand at this point. Because I can reload on Core Spirit Dancer, and I might need to actually chump block if they do this massive White Alpha Strike that they might do. Alright, so Let's do that. Let's pass. They're rolling the dice with these Dark Confidence. Well, that one's pretty good. They are going to be able to kill our first core Spirit Dancer now. Quite upsetting. Bloodstained Mire has been played. Here comes the Lightning Helix. Sure. Oh, what have they got to stop on our upkeep for? Elemental tokens. Alright. Oh my god. How can I draw 3 auras? Oh, sorry. I kept a 2 aura hand, and in 14 turns, I've drawn 2 auras. And that's with 2 Horizon Cycle Canopies and a Core Spirit Dancer trigger. So we've seen 17 cards, and in those 17 cards were 2 auras. That's just ridiculous. Critical mass of tokens approaching. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're going to get attacked next turn. The way the land base is, they might have Blood Moon, so I guess we get the second planes here. Interesting. So how much damage are we taking here? We're taking 2, 4, 8, 12. So they're representing 12 damage. Okay. So that'll be taking 8, which is lethal next turn. I think we want to use the Scout to block a Spirit Token, and I think we want to Chump block a Seasoned Pyromancer, then we take 5. Have 2 creatures left. Yeah, that seems good to me. Why are they pathing their creature in response? It's not like I'm gaining life here. It's very bizarre. Alright, that's a card. Show me more cards. Oh, baby. Oh, that sweet taste of victory. Be topped off with a Rancor. Damn. No Rancor. Alright, let's get in for those 11 juicy points of damage. It's going to be a chump block. That is fine. Alright, land in tapped and set up for a really good next turn. I think Core Spirit Dancer is going to get Dreadboard here. But yeah, we have got a Giant Scout now, and I'm quite happy. Back up to 17 life, very healthy life total. Whew. They conceding? Or what's with all the land? Cling to dust, okay. Why have they got so many land tapped? Wasn't it just one Cling to Dust they did, or did they just do it twice? Oh, that was end step, okay. Alright, I understand now. I've only seen one Oath of Kaya this game. I think we've been quite fortunate in that regard. Inquisition on themselves, revealing Path and Bloodstained Mire. Just getting more cards in their own grave for Cling to Dust, so they can potentially draw. But that's good. Means no Oath of Kaya in hand, so I'm very happy about that. Alright, I'm not sure we have any more creatures left in our deck. Any more land left in our deck. We've got one creature left in our deck. Casting Thoughtseize on themselves. Wow, that is desperate. So now only a Bloodstained Mire in hand. So Cling to Dust getting escaped here. Dark Confident. I mean, you are really rolling the die there, my opponent, with your life total how it is at the moment. Alright, thin that deck. Might as well. Not sure why they're doing whatever they're doing during my draw step. That doesn't seem to make much sense to me, but hey, we drew another Daybreak Coronet. Let's gain some more life. Here, even if they get their Kaya's Gales, we might just clock them. They've only got 2 minutes 40 left on the clock. Now their Dark Confidence, basically a suicide mission if you ask me. Oh, they've taken three damage from Dark Confidant there. I'm not sure I agree with them playing that. That seems a little odd. They almost have to attack with Dark Confidant at this stage, right? Unless they have a removal spell in hand for it. Oh, I've played this all this time without my little overlay happening. Alright, let's get the Core Spirit Dancer overlay happening again. Colligan's Command. Alright. Sure, I'll gain an extra life. I could put that on a Bogle, but then the Bogle's going to die and I'm going to be softer to Oath of Kaya's. So I'm just happy attacking for 17, gaining 17. That's all cool by me. They could potentially block with the Phoenix of Ash and then escape it and then get a permanent chump blocker every turn, but then they don't get their card advantage of Cling to Dust. I think it's probably worth doing, although I don't know what the out is other than drawing a million Cling to Dusts here. Alright, they've cast another Dark Confidant, so seems good to me. Two outs. Oh. He reckons he's got 2 outs left. He's got 8 cards left in his library. A minute left on the clock. I I'm curious as to what his outs are. Even at this stage, though, it's not going to matter because he can't kill us. Like, our life total's too high. Yeah, I think we're just good. Kai's Guile. Alright, I'll sack this Bogle. Have you got the other Kai's Guile? Well, you need 3 Kai's Guiles, right? Our entire graveyard is gone. Guess I'll put it on the other creature now and just attack with both of them. Actually, I've just maybe signed my own death warrant attacking with that Bogle. I'm sorry. My brain absolutely farted then. Alright, let's recast this. Oh, we can't even escape it. What am I thinking? Oh, God. I don't know what that was. He's got 14 seconds on the clock. We're not losing anyway. Explosives. Well, explosives is an out, but we get totem armor here. So yeah, I guess that's the out that we're going for. Then we can get Griffspoon and Sentinel's Eyes back from the grave. All right, and a timeout. So yeah, we got the W there. Yeah, I did not expect that. That was a very long and grindy game, and somehow it worked out in our favor. I definitely am not lining up to verse Mardu decks because they are really good against us. Like, really, really good against us. What with Oath of Kaya, which gets past Leyline. I mean, yeah. Alright. We got there today, though. We got there today. I did like my opponent's deck. It seemed fun. My major criticism of it would be that it was very 3-mana heavy. And other than killing creatures, it didn't seem like it had a whole lot that was good to do in the first couple of turns. Alright, so we're game 3 here. Won the die roll. We're going to keep this hand up against Musaget. And... I think I'd just fetch a Temple Garden from the Misty Rainforest turn 1. Play my creature, look for turn 2 double aura. I don't think I want to play around Blood Moon or anything just randomly. Like, obviously the hand has an option to, but I don't think that's in the blind. That's where I want to be. Play the Scout just in case it's a Stoneblade deck. They do seem to be popping up a bit more now that... what was it that got banned? I can't even remember. Arkham's Astrolabe got banned. And there's a Giver of Runes, so this could very well be exactly that. So we're going to fetch. It's probably Hate Bears, but Hate Bears can have Stoneblade. I'm going to do an Ethereal Armor here. Cast a Slippery Bogle. And attack for 2. And then I might need to look to set up 2 creatures that can attack. Or I might just want to play around Flicker Wisp and do what I need to. Is this a Thalia? Charming Prince. Well, Charming Prince is fine. Assume they're doing the Scry here. Oh, they're doing the life gain. Okay. Hello, Core Spirit Dancer. Alright, we'll play Core Spirit Dancer for the draw trigger. I think we need to put the Hyena Umbra on our Scout. Awesome, we find Rancor, so next turn we're going to have a really good turn. And they need to answer our Core Spirit Dancer. No point attacking here, because they'll just fog the damage with Charming Prince, so I'll just skip through the turn and not make them do that formality. Leodin Arbiter, we are up against Hate Bears. There's the path, alright, you got us, that's fine. It's alright though, because we got you. So they can fog 2 damage. We're trampling for 9, putting them to 12. And then it's a 3-turn clock, but if we draw some auras, we can potentially put it down to a 2-turn clock there. So we're not going to be able to fetch this Windswept Heath because Leodin Arbiter is out on the board. Alright, whatever. Tax my land, I'm winning on board. I don't care. Alright, you did it, opponent. You did it. You got my land like a pro. Can you stop the wrath of the Glade Cover Scout? You're going down to 3. You're going to need to have a pretty impressive next turn to get out of underneath this one. Like, I don't know what Hate Bears can do here. And concede. Cool. Alright. Alright, Hate Bears. So, Oblivion Ring is interesting. Path is possibly good. Rest in Peace is bad. Seal of Primordium is bad. Force of Vigor might be okay. Force of Vigor can get an Aether Vial, so if they're on an Aether Vial hand, we're good. Also, if we're assuming they're playing Stoneblade, we probably want some number of Force anyway. I think maybe 4 path is too many. Oblivion Ring is too narrow because it's just a like 3 to 4 mana path. Core Spirit Dancer certainly loses value, and we can minus a Growth Spoon and go. Alright. Alright, well, we can't keep this. They have like 8 land destroy effects, so going on Dryad Arbor with 1 totem armor source is pretty bad as well. So we're going to throw this one too. Alright, we don't have much of a choice. We pretty much have to keep this. Bottom a mana source, bottom a Sentinel's Eyes, and pray to God. Yeah. I don't know, this is bad. We just lose this game and look for game 3. Alright, so Aether Vial, so our hand's intact at the moment. Alright, I feel a decent amount better about this hand now. We can Bogle Pass, and then potentially play out our auras next turn, and leave Core Spirit Dancer in hand. If they had Thoughtseize, they would have done it turn... wait, no, they did turn 1 Vial. Surely they'd do it turn 1 against us. So I don't think they have Thoughtseize. Alright, there's the Tide Hollow Scholar. I guess they take our Core Spirit Dancer. If they have removal for Core Spirit Dancer, they might take Griff Spoon. Alright, so it looks like Core Spirit Dancer is going to be met by removal. So, knowing that, we're just going to cast our auras and attack for full mana. Full power, sorry. So get in for 4 damage. They could Violent a Giver of Runes end step, and then we might have some trouble after that. Alright, no Giver of Runes either. Alright, goodbye land. So definitely attacking here. If we do draw land in future turns, it might be worth leaving it in hand because they can't make us discard it. And we might want to save that land for auras rather than just having it hit the battlefield and get destroyed. We're in a decent spot this game because it doesn't seem like our opponent's doing anything too meaningful. Of course, with this Vial going up to 3, we now need to be worried about Flicker Wisp as well at instant speed. Well, they're cycling Silent Clearing, so that hopefully means good things for us. Alright, not bad. Still in a pretty bad spot against Flicker Wisp though. But I don't think I can afford to play around it. We just have to make them have it right. Like, we probably lose the game, but we go to game 3 if that's the case. Because, like, we're trampling for 7 here. Like... Oh, well that's fine. Plague Engineer is very fine. Yeah, sure. Alright. I feel pretty good there. You gonna block with something, or... Yeah, just take the damage. Alright, we've got our opponent to 4. That's really good. They've kept the Vial on 3 instead of ticking it up. Man, Suppression Field would be very good against this deck. I still don't know if this is Eldrazi and taxes or not, or if it's just Death and taxes. Alright, well, that's pretty much the nuts. So let's just jam that and attack for the win. It's a really weak hand my opponent kept. They kept a Tide Hollow Scholar, and like an Aether Vial land with Tide Hollow Scholar and Leoton Arbiter. Like, that's not the Thalia, that's not the Thought Not Seer, that's not the Flicker Wisp, or the... Yeah, like, doesn't seem that good. Charming Prince, alright, gain that life, opponent, gain that life. So they'd take 5 and go to 2. If this is what they do. Alright, sure. Alright, so put our opponent to 2. And we got the big old hate bear on board. I guess Blessed Alliance would be our worst nightmare here. They'd pretty much have to be drawing it this turn though, or else they would have just cast it in a previous turn. Alright, there's the Eldrazi Temple. Probably a Thought Not Seer, which gives them 6 toughness to block with. That's not enough. Alright, we get the win. Wow. Wow. I feel like a lot of my matches recently, I've been underperforming, or like they've been close games and we've just been losing more of the close games than we've been winning. But this league is gone very hot so far. It's definitely given me a lot more confidence back. So there you go. That was Eldrazi and taxes. I don't think that was a very good keep from my opponent. Doesn't look like they were running discard. I don't think hate bears normally run discard. I think probably they'd just have Fatal Push and Path in the 1 mana slot. Maybe some discard in the sideboard, but if they've got Tide Hollow Scholar and Thought Not Seer as like discard, like Thought Seers and that are just like dyssynergy with Thalia and also like redundancy and not on a body. Like at least those discard effects are on a body. So late game, if you draw it, it's not dead. So yeah, I don't think there's Thought Seers. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out my rear end here a little bit, but I don't think they have Thought Seers. All right, round 4. Let's keep those game faces going here. Make those tight plays. Oh, so our opponent failed to join. Okay. Okie dokie. Hopefully this one goes better. Okay, yep. We lost the die roll here. Hand looks great though. I'm going to keep it. Hope our scout stays in hand. Seems really good. Alright, so I did pull up an Eldrazi Taxes list as well. And the instants and sorceries are Lingering Souls and Path, or at least on this list. Doesn't look like anything else from the sideboard. Interesting worship from the sideboard though. Seems, I guess, pretty decent. So we're going to keep this one. Opponent mulligan to 6. Oh my goodness, control. I love this hand against control. I am very much happy about this hand against control here. Holy cow. We'll save this fetch land for a Dried Arbor in case we get Supreme Verdict or Terminus or something. Yeah, this looks great. Alright, Leyline's a dead draw. I don't even care. Nothing can get me down with a hand like this. Triple Ethereal Armor against control. Let's go. Alright, get in for 5. If we ever cast this Leyline, it can potentially add 3 power to the board. It's pretty good for a card that's normally dead if it's not in your opening hand. Rattle Chains. Alright, we're versing Spirits. Okay, we are versing Spirits. Alright, they now have Spell Queller mana. Wow. Just wow. Alright, so we'll cast Ethereal Armor. If they counter it, we cast Rancor. Or we just cast Daybreak. I mean, sure. You are more than welcome to take my Ethereal Armor. Here comes Daybreak Coronet. So this is an attack for 10 as well. And we gain 10 life. I don't know how Spirits is going to beat that. Alright, let's get on in there, guys. Let's get on in there. Isn't that disgusting? I love to see it. It's beautiful. So they jump block. We get an extra 5 power on our creature for the next attack. Wowee. I don't know, maybe that's just greedy and I should cast the Rancor. If I cast Rancor, I attack for 1 less. And I'm still probably going to win next turn. I don't know. I don't know how they're beating me gaining 10 life a turn. Alright, that seems pretty good. So, I assume there's like a collected company or something here. I'm just going to attack. And they're going to have to either cast Collected Company or cast some flash speed creatures to jump block with. And then second main, I'll just deploy the rest of my hand. Alright, there's the Coco. Alright, opponents conceded. That is not what they were looking for. Bargain. Alright, so O-Ring maybe does something, I suppose. Leyline's not really doing anything in this matchup. So we'll get rid of the Leyline. Ooh, Gadok Teague. It's going to stop those collected companies. It might be worth bringing in like 2 Gadok Teague for collected company. We have to be worried about cards like Knight of Autumn. Which is a once-off effect. So I don't think I want O-Ring. Alright, let's submit this list. Gadok Teague seems decent here. Yeah, no need for any of our forces or seals. I have played a little bit of Spirits. I don't know how long most of you have been following me, but I did do a Spirits League, and I think I've done like maybe 4 Spirits Leagues with a list that didn't have collected company, and to be honest, it felt pretty bad playing without collected company. You come up against decks like Humans, which are just essentially a better tribal deck. And unless you had your nuts of like turn 1 Noble Hierarch into turn 2 Spell Queller, like a lot of matchups were hard, and you need like collected company to basically churn more creatures onto the board as an advantage, because your creature quality isn't as good. We've only got 1 mana. We're going to keep this hand, though. We do have Reach and Trample, both of which are good. We have Path to Exile, which is also really good. Alright, and we just draw our Ethereal Armor, so I'm happy to see that too. Throw down Scout and pass. What's our opponent got for us now? Alright, what's their turn 2 here? They could potentially have a Rattle Chains at instant speed if they don't cast anything, and then Violin a Mausoleum Wanderer or Giver of Runes. I don't know if many of the lists run Giver of Runes. It was something I was trialing for a bit, but it didn't seem amazing. So they're casting Supreme Phantoms. That's fine. Oh my goodness, yes. Oh boy. I think we're best going for the most damage possible here. Our opponent could Spell Queller our Spider Umbra next turn, but then we can path the Spell Queller and resolve it anyway, and then we have Reach anyway. It's only worse if they Vial in Giver of Runes in end step, which they haven't. Man, this league's brought some very interesting decks. Like, I think if the last like 2 weeks of me playing has shown anything, the diversity in Modern has just gone up so much since Arkham Astrolabe got banned. Like, you're seeing so many different archetypes. People like bringing back Spirits, which is probably not in the best place. Like, it's probably, if you're good with it, you can, you know, go get your 3/2s on average, and win more games than you lose. But yeah, people are just playing what they want. It's really good to see. Alright, so we might as well go for Core Spirit Dancer here and cast Spider Umbra. They might have a Path to Exile for Core Spirit Dancer, but we'll still get the draw off of it. So this Spider Umbra is definitely going on our Scout. And we can save these Path to Exiles for when our opponent does something meaningful. They missed a land drop and they haven't cast any creatures during their turn there. So we might as well take the offensive here. It seems unlikely we get blown out here. The worst case scenario is if they do like a double Drogskull Captain or Drogskull Captain plus Phantasmal Image, because Drogskull Captain gives 1/1 to all spirits, all other spirits, and gives all other spirits hexproof as well. So once they have 2 on the board, I can't kill any of their creatures. So maybe this is a little bit of a hasty line, but we're also winning the race because they're on 12. And we have our trample, we have our first strike. We're pretty happy. Alright, so they go to 5. Path to Exile on the core Spirit Dancer. Yep, so we'll get a plains here. Got enable the casting of our own paths. And they don't do anything else. So could be Drogskull Captain plus Phantasmal Image on the Captain. And then all their spirits will get 2/2. I don't think that's going to be good enough to beat us though. And then we just do first strike damage and path something anyway. So we'll cycle Horizon Canopy, see if we get something better. Alright. Sure. Griffspoon. This is just adding 2 extra damage. And we can chock in this Temple Garden. And then have double path and just trample any damage over the top. So this game's definitely in the bag. It's a cool Path to Exile artwork. Stained glass window. Very pretty. I have these ones on paper just because I was attending a lot of FNMs when they were going on. Managed to pick them all up as prizes. But yeah, like this is a much sweeter artwork. Alright, so I guess the opponent's going through possibilities here. Obviously we're trampling 6 damage, so they need to put 2 creatures in front of us. But yeah, Path to Exile just has them beat anyway. I think a single path has them beat. They could... I guess they could board in bring in a creature with the Ether Vial. I think if it was Spell Queller, they would have got our Griffspoon. So it's likely to be the Mausoleum Wanderer there. Sorry, the Drogskull Captain there. And then if they have Rattle Chains in response to Path to Exile, they can give it Hexproof. But we can path, I guess, the Drogskull Captain or path it again in response. So I think we're just good here for the win, but they're thinking things over. Alright, so Action City, they're blocking. They got a Nature's Claim. Ether Gust. I mean, that's a pretty decent one. We're just going to put it on top though, right? They lose their creature. And then we can path anything that they cast. I guess they probably assumed that we had the path as well. Maybe I should do this draw step or something so that they don't have the mana. But at the same time, I don't want them to like Rattle Chains in response. I'd rather just the straight kill spell. Straight, clean creature removal. Alright, we win the match. Awesome. So that's 4-0, guys. Really good showing so far this leg. Really, really good showing. We'll be back shortly for round 5. Okay, so here we are, guys. Back for round 5. Let's see if we can get that W. Looks like we won the die roll here. We're up against Justo Delangelo, and I do think I've versed this person before. I do not remember what they're on though. I'm going to keep this hand. We've got Leyline Protection, and we've also got the Ethereal Armor for the extra damage there. We're drawing, we're 1 mana off of just having an amazing hand here. So Scout Pass. Raging Ravine. So we're against Jund. Come on, land. Alright, no land this turn. Let's play our Ethereal Armor and attack for 3. Wooded Foothills. They're cracking the Wooded Foothills. So could be a Tarmogoyf or Scavenging Ooze. Oh, red. So, Renin 6. Alright, so that's fine. Oh, goodness gracious. More creatures than I like. So I can attack them for 5. Next turn I can attack them for 7. So be on... So 3-turn clock. If I attack and kill Renin 6 here, then cast the Sentinel's Eyes, and it's still a 3-turn clock, so killing Renin 6 seems good. Seasoned Pyromancer is fine. They discard Renin 6 and Inquisition of Kozilek. Alright, so right on time here. with that second mana source. But we are going to attack for 7 here. I'm going to put our opponent to 8. And they're dead from 1 attack now. Assuming I can add any aura onto the board. Alright, another Renin 6. That's got to be good for us. I think we've just got this one. We've got flying, so their elemental tokens can't block us. So we can just go for the win this turn, so we might as well. So we'll get a basic plains. We'll cycle this Horizon Canopy. And any aura wins it for us. Okay. Well, any 1 mana aura wins it for us there. So we're just going to have to attack for 7. Put them to 1. Their fetch lands are turned off. And kill them next turn, hopefully. Alright, so they concede. That's really good. Alright, so sideboarding wise, Oblivion Ring is bad. I don't like creature removal in general against John. We don't want Rest in Peace is really good. Against Scavenging Ooze, Renin 6, Tarmogoyf, Croxer. Like, there's just a whole host of cards that bringing in Leyline is really good for. So take out 2 Core Spirit Dancers and 1 Griffspoon, and we'll submit the list. Post board, we do have to be worried about Plague Engineer, Anger of the Gods. So that toughness point might matter. Griffspoon is my weakest aura, even though it gives flying. And they could, you know, destroy an aura in response to me attacking. And then, like, jump block sort of thing. So toughness, first strike, all of that is good. Alright, so we've got a 3-lander here. I think it's worth a keep. We've got that Leyline Protection. We've got Rest in Peace as well, which is really good interaction for us. So turn 1, Raging Ravine and nothing else for our opponent. Dried Up is a pretty bad draw. Alright, so they're casting Tarmogoyf, so no Assassin's Trophy to worry about there. We draw another one of them. Okay. Alright, let's attack for 2 and then look to pass the turn. We can Dryad Arbor next turn. Plus Rest in Peace potentially. Liliana of the Veil, well, they can +1, but that's not going to do very much. So they get one of our lands here. I guess Tarmogoyf is going to get buffed up. Definitely not discarding Dryad Arbor there. So Tarmogoyf is a 1/2, and we can Rest in Peace to shrink it back down. Praying for an Aura. Alright, Aura is good. So we'll go ahead, attack for 6 here, and we're good as long as they don't have Assassin's Trophy or Maelstrom Pulse. If they have either of those cards, we're in a lot of trouble. They're chump blocking with Tarmogoyf, which can only indicate weakness to me. So we discard Dryad Arbor. Goodbye. We're going to be discarding something to the Liliana there. They're getting closer to being able to emblem it. Don't forget about that. That's a good one. Ignore Liliana or attack them, kill them next turn. I guess maybe killing the Liliana is safer for if they draw that one of Assassin's Trophy off top. Looks like maybe it was Overgrown Tomb that they got. They discard Verdant Catacombs. Alright, and that's going to be the win, unless they've got an enchantment destruction spell. We can fly for 10 over the top and get the win here. Awesome. Wow. We just got our 5-0. Excellent, guys. That's heaps good. I have not got one of these in a while, so it's definitely been a long time coming. I'm very happy to see it. Yeah, we get all those juicy prizes, which I'm also very happy to see as well. So yeah, list-wise, I mean, look, Oblivion Ring still seems like a little bit just pointless to me. I think I'm just gonna look to remove it. What did I do with my stuff there? Yeah, so I think I'm just going to remove the Oblivion Ring from the deck altogether. Doesn't seem like I'm coming up against any bridge decks now, which really sucks. Maybe I'll keep it in mind if it changes, but seems pretty bad to have that in the deck. As to what I can bring in, I could potentially look at bringing back in Cartouche of Solidarity. I could go up on a Hyena Umbra or Griff Spoon. Or I could look at bringing Path back into the main deck and freeing up a sideboard slot. I think I'm pretty happy not having a removal in the main deck. I think I want to go up on an Aura. I'm just going to go up on a Hyena Umbra for now. And test that out for the next leg. Obviously, because I did remove the suppression fields from my sideboard. I've got that extra artifact and destroy effect in the sideboard. So hopefully if we do match up against Ensnaring Bridge, it's not going to get us too hard. But yeah, like the Rest in Peace felt pretty good. I'm not bringing in all of the copies every time. Rest in Peace is good. Maybe like some of the matchups I was only bringing in maybe 2 copies of Rest in Peace, maybe 3. But against things like Jund, against things like Dredge, it's just going to be really, really powerful having multiple copies of it in the sideboard. So I'm going to conclude that video there, guys. Thank you all for watching up until the end. Make sure you leave a like or a comment down below if you enjoyed watching us get that 5-0. I enjoyed playing it out. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for daily Bogles content and ring that bell for notifications every time a new video goes live. Thank you all once more. I'll see you next time.